Cheeky Richo's 3-ingredient cheese crackers. Hi and welcome to Cheeky Richo's cheese crackers, using only 3 ingredients made in a matter of moments in the Thermochef and baked not fried. A healthy alternative to crisps and other chips that have been cooked in oil. The ingredients are in the recipe box below. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is get our cubed tasty cheese, pop it into the Thermochef and grate it. Speed 5 for 10 seconds, and that's what you have. Little crumbles of cheese in 10 seconds, and you haven't grated your knuckles. Now it's in with our room temperature butter and our plain flour. Now we're using a strong tasty cheese there, so there will be ample flavouring from that. If you feel the need to add more salt, do so, but I'm going to sprinkle some cayenne pepper on top of them prior to cooking. Speed 5 for 20 seconds, and there you've got quite a dense dough. We're going to turn that onto our silicone mat. Just knead it into shape and allow it to rest in the fridge for about an hour, just to relax before we roll it out and cut it to shape. Okay, now we've just moulded this dough into a mound. Roll it up, and we're going to chill it for an hour in the fridge. We'll just cover it up with our mat. Doesn't dry out in the fridge, and then we'll roll it out on that when we bring it out. See you in an hour. Okay, our cheese crackers have been resting in the refrigerator, and it's time to cut them without cutting our silicone mat. So we're just going to use a silicone spatula here and cut them into little squares. Fashion them into squares, diamonds, whatever you want, and pop them onto your tray. So I've just lined a baking tray with baking paper. Now there's only 3 ingredients in these biscuits, but we are going to be topping with them with 3 different things to give you an idea of what you might like to do with them. You don't have to do anything, but we're going to be using some Italian dried herbs, so they'll be almost like a little pizza shape. Then we're going to be using some sesame seeds, because sesame seeds and cheese are pretty happy together. And we're also going to be using some cayenne pepper, that little bit of spice for when you're having a beer with it. So that's not for the kids, that one. So just keep pressing your little squares together and keep going with the rest. These biscuits are ready for a little sprinkle of cayenne, just a tiny sprinkle, because cayenne's pretty hot. Like I say, you don't have to do anything to these, but I'm just showing you a couple of options. It's a cayenne. I'm just going to put a pinch of sesame seeds on some of them and just press those in, because sesame seeds will stick to them, but they'll also fall off. Press those in. Just a little bit of interest when you're putting them out on a platter. People can choose. Some people don't like to have sesame seeds. I think they interfere with people's dentures occasionally. So press our sesame seeds on well. Don't go too crazy boy with them, you don't need too many of them. Now we're just going to get a skewer and poke a hole in the centre of them. And we're going to bake them for 10 minutes in 180 degrees. To the oven we go. Okay, the next batch we're just going to put a little pinch of Italian seasoning on it. A little cracked pepper on some of them. And just make our little hole in the centre again. Just a wiggle. Okay, these ones are ready to pop into the oven now. Okay, just our plain cheese ones have just got the hole in them, and into the oven they go for 10 minutes. Our little cayenne sesame cookies are out of the oven now. They're very crisp and they're very hot, so we're just going to, any that have joined together, we're just going to separate them and allow them to cool. They will crisp up once they're quite cold, as most biscuits do. Our Italian and pepper ones are out of the oven now. This is quite an economical recipe. This has actually made 3 trays of this size of these little bite-sized biscuits. Cheeky Richo's 3-ingredient cheese crackers. I hope you enjoyed this little cooking demonstration of Cheeky Richo's cheese crackers. We've just got the plain cheese ones, the ones with the cayenne, the Italian spice ones, and then the cracked pepper ones. Just an idea. I hope you enjoyed this little cooking demonstration. If you'd like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, please just check out our Cheeky Richo channel. And don't forget to please subscribe, and do come back and visit us again soon. We have so much more to show you. And thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day. Cheeky Richo's 3-ingredient cheese crackers.